Wednesday, hump day, June 25th. Got a big show, a huge show. Top 2025 stocks. We'll look at those because those are outperforming again. The Q's record close. What is the threat to this market? We will go over big movers, including a nuclear name that's up 83% year to date that you probably don't even know. We'll go over Carnival Cruise. I brought that one up. That was a nice pop. It's an alpha pick. We will go over the top 2025 stocks. Like I said, they are a stock yesterday that I just went over as, hey, this one just popped to in the quant to a strong buy, and it moved 10% yesterday. So you could have paid for your entire year of Seeking Alpha by just watching my show or using Seeking Alpha and going to the top stocks. I will look at the top ETFs for you because Seeking Alpha is not just stocks, it's ETFs as well. HIMS, we'll look at that one. We will look at Uber. We will look at how $10,000 15 years ago, top stocks that are making millions of dollars today if you just put $10,000 into it. And that's to highlight the difference between trades and investments because MicroStrategy got a buy. We'll look at Micron. We will look at Robinhood. We will look at Broadcom. And we will look at quite a bit more, including Uber, Tesla, all of those, AppLovin. So there's a lot to go over. That's the key. Now, the Qs. We're going to make all-time highs. I mean, we're going to make all-time highs. There were so many stocks for today's show that I wanted to go over that I had to move some to tomorrow. So pretty much today's podcast that you'll hear, there's tomorrow's that's done too, but it's single stock. So when you listen today, be sure to tune in tomorrow because there's even more, just 2 stocks that I couldn't fit in today that are absolute gold. Our TOST, Toast, it's in our watch list, and Magnite, MGNI, okay? I also moved my thoughts to an earnings play. AVAV, it's a drone company. They had their earnings yesterday. It was a crazy move, crazy opportunity, but you still probably have an opportunity to get in. I was super, super impressed with them. So again, those are moving to tomorrow. Now, yesterday, I did 2 bonus podcasts for the paid subscribers on the newsletter. The first one is a Tesla trade. It's my idea around Tesla. I am no prophet, okay? I do not know where that stock is going. If I knew exactly where it was going, I would not be probably here. I would be on some beach side. You know, again, I'm wealthy. I don't feel wealthy, but if I knew where a stock was going and I knew exactly how to make money, my ass would probably be far wealthier than I am even today. I have a good idea. And so that's what I'm bringing you with Tesla. I think I have a good idea of just wrapping my head around. It's getting positive reviews. People messaged me yesterday. Hey, great idea. You know, it's nothing. Do not feel like you have to pay for the newsletter to get this. The second bonus podcast that I did was I took all 31 names in the Daily Stock Pick core portfolio. And I included charts, price targets, discussion on support and resistance, and ones that I would look to buy today and others that I would avoid. And so, again, you can follow the core portfolio for free on Savvy Trader. This is Linktree. The link is literally right below my head on the screen. And this is the Daily Stock Pick core portfolio. Why is it so good? Well, since inception, the core portfolio is up 51%, whereas the S&P is up 37%. Now, I wouldn't manage this portfolio the way I manage it. When a stock gets added to the portfolio, it's 100 shares. When it gets taken out, it's removed 100 shares. If it splits, I sell whatever portion. It's a $1 million portfolio, the way it's set up right now. Okay? But I go over all the names. Now, here's the bonus. If you sign up for the newsletter and just subscribe, and again, it's at Linktree. It's down here. Just subscribe to the newsletter. You not only can get a free 7-day trial of the paid newsletter if you'd like, but you are automatically entered to win a free year of TrendSpider. Okay, and TrendSpider, you'll see all my charts right up here. If you want to explore TrendSpider, right up here is the link. You can get 2-week trials of this, not for free. I think it's like $10, $15, $20, something like that. You can get the free trial, or you can subscribe for an entire year and get my 4-hour algorithm, get all the scans that I use, everything that I use. Okay, but just subscribing to the newsletter for free, you don't have to pay. Just be a subscriber to the newsletter by July 4th, and that you'll be entered to win 1 year of TrendSpider. So add a subscription, tell your friends, do whatever you need to do. But like I said yesterday, we hit all-time highs. Wall Street surged. We're in World War III. Israel-Iran ceasefire seemed to hold. There was a great clip of Trump yesterday telling they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I mean, it's a great, great clip. But again, how do you have World War III and we hit all-time highs? Well, it's because the market is a forward-looking mechanism. It looks forward. It doesn't look to now. So you have to have some assumption and something in your mind about where we're going versus where we are today. And the market is a dynamic that as it's in an upward trend, it will continue upward. Okay, do I expect us to break the top of this Bollinger Band at 560? No. Did I expect us to get to 542 all the way down from 402 just 2 months ago? No, nobody expected this. But this is what happens, and the market is a big moving thing. So you want to watch Treasury yields, you want to watch the 10-year, and you want to watch the VIX. And it's very simple to know this. But what's the threat? My opinion, the threat is the valuation. It's the valuation in the market. We are stretched. As we head into earnings season, understand earnings have to expand. And if they don't expand, the valuation of the market doesn't make sense in some stocks. Now, it doesn't matter for some stocks like Palantir. The valuation doesn't matter. But at certain points in time, the market says, you know what? We're extended. Imagine if the big, beautiful bill hits any roadblocks. Then you're seeing a pullback. But we are still in a buy the dip market. So I would urge you, buy the dip. Okay? And buy the dip just means watch your charts. If you see an opportunity, like a sell in the 4-hour algorithm, watch for the next entry, because the 4-hour algorithm makes you almost as much as the buy and hold for QQQ over the last 2 years. And we went over yesterday how you want to buy in June for the July seasonal pop. Go and listen to yesterday's podcast if you didn't. It uses TrendSpider to show you that July has a 93% win rate with a 4.21% mean average, and go and play TQQQ for that. You don't want to wait until July to buy. You can break it down by week in TrendSpider. Okay? But remember how I mentioned on Monday? On Monday, I mentioned that, hey, Carnival Cruise. Well, let's go over the biggest movers. We'll first go over the biggest movers, because this is one stock that I didn't even know existed. Korea Electric Power is up 10% after they announced it would maintain current electricity rates for the third quarter. This is a stock that's up 78% year to date. It was up 21% yesterday, and it's up 10%. Okay, it's not covered by the quant. So it's got a $13.23 billion market cap. Maybe this is one that could go for a move again. Maybe it's not a short interest. This is just a KEP is the symbol. I thought it was interesting. Again, in a bull market, that's something that you want to look at. And then BlackBerry up 14%. Well, are we back in the year 2004 when the iPhone was told, hey, you won't succeed. You don't have a keyboard. I don't know. QuantumScape. QuantumScape's a good one because this shows you, okay, we just looked at the year to date of Korea Power. Well, QuantumScape's a complete opposite. This is just a dying stock. And it's up 41% in pre-market, 41%. And why? They have a technology, okay? This is solid steel batteries or whatever, but they designed to boost productivity through a high through output, and they got a great result from it. I mean, it's a pop. It's not an investment. I would say that's a trade. Now, one that is an investment, Carnival Cruise, and I brought it up. I thought this was the best earnings play this week. Yesterday, up 6.91%. Go to a 55 and older community, okay? Go and ask people what they're doing. They're going on freaking cruises. You have friends? Go and ask them where they're going on vacation. They're going on cruises. Carnival Cruise Line raised guidance and set booking records. That's huge. Is it a buy? It's a strong buy in the quant. It's still not stretched. You're still not up to your all-time highs at 28.72. It's trading at 25. What does Wall Street think that is worth? $29. And you're going to see analysts start raising their prices on this. So is it too late to get in? No, but if you'd gotten in at $13 during the 52-week low, it's even better. And you know how I know about this? It's because it's an alpha pick. An alpha picks is a portfolio. It's the fourth link right here on Linktree. And what is alpha picks? It's a portfolio of data-driven stocks. You get one on the 1st, one on the 15th. So we got one coming up next week. You get alerts when to sell. It picks in multiple sectors. You get access to the entire portfolio on day one, and they tell you the percentage that it is in the portfolio. So it's nice and easy to just set up the portfolio. And yes, I have Carnival Cruise Line as that. But I also use TrendSpider during these times to say, the 4-hour algorithm, it makes you 74%. Versus 66%. And it got you in yesterday at 25.73 right after earnings. Where are you trading right now? 25.85. So if you want to buy this one and follow the 4-hour algorithm, it might not be too late. That's how you use both tools. And again, it's an alpha pick. So they tell you when to buy, and it's a strong buy in the quant. That's it. Now, the top 2025 stocks, which come with Seeking Alpha Premium, okay, Seeking Alpha Premium gets you the quant rating. Alpha Picks doesn't, but it gets you everything. AI-powered virtual analysis, custom stock and ETFs, custom quant ratings. And the quant ratings are huge. So the top 2025 stocks yesterday, I will show you the top 2025 stocks in the second half. Look at my left of my screen, okay? The Qs weren't up 3%, but the portfolio of just those stocks that came out last week was up 3.77% yesterday, okay? The top 2025 stocks that you bought in January, which are outpacing the market, I think 7 of the 10 are up. They were up 3.32% yesterday, outpacing the market. 5 of the stocks were up more than 8% yesterday alone. One was up 13%. It's been 1 week since they announced the second half stocks. Okay, 1 week. And 3 of the stocks are up more than 10%, with one up 17%. 2 of them are up more than 13%. So how do you get these stocks? Well, you sign up for Seeking Alpha Premium. Again, go over to Linktree. It's the third link. So if Alpha Picks doesn't interest you, get Seeking Alpha Premium. Get the free 7-day trial. Okay, here's the pattern. And you have to do this before July 4th. Go and get the free 7-day trial of Seeking Alpha Premium. Okay, and go and get these stocks. Now, I will give you an even better offer. The better offer is the bundle, and that is up here on the second link. And the bundle doesn't come with a free trial. So if you're not sure that you want it, go and get the free trial on Seeking Alpha Premium, then sign up for the bundle. But the bundle includes Alpha Picks and Premium. Okay? And yesterday, I just brought this up. Well, we'll go into this, but the bundle gets you both of those tools, and you save even more. So if you know that you want it and you can see that you want it, Go and get it. Now, I'm going to go in. I also brought up top stocks yesterday. It was new, not something investment, but they're going to, this is another one. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to Seeking Alpha. And yesterday I just went to the top stocks. Okay. I just went to the top stocks and I went to SEZL and I said, this one, it's up. Now let's look at a chart because I usually do the podcast here at about 8:30 a.m. Okay, we're going to pull this up. And so yesterday in pre-market, I was looking at SEZL right here. You know, it opened up at 140, 146, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I said, this looks interesting. Does it fit my criteria? No, but I like it. It's got the quant. It's got good ratings, good thing. It was up 10% yesterday. And it's not like, oh my God, it opened up 10%. If you were watching the podcast live, you could have paid for your entire year of Seeking Alpha by just going over, getting the free 7-day trial, going over there, putting in SEZL and making a $2,000 investment on that one and trading it with confirmation would have made you at least 8%, 10%, $200. You'd have your yearly subscription almost paid for. Okay. And another one that I was researching yesterday, Poet. It's a top stock. It's a top stock. Poet is a top stock. And I read this analysis because I saw a potential 10-bagger. The headline grabbed me. And then I looked at this one and I was like, that's a top stock as well. Go and Google what a 10-bagger is. It's a common term, but that's an interesting one. Again, go and read this analysis and look at it. Now, another thing that I want to point out is the top-rated ETFs. Okay? This is another portion right down here. You get done under on the bottom left. You can go and look at ETF Screener, and it just brings up the top ETFs. And let's just look at this one because SHLD, this is Shield. This is Global Defense Tech. It was a strong buy at $2 on 226. Okay? 226. Let's go and look at the quant rating because the quant rating, again, back here on, there we go, 226, $42. I need to change that to $42. It was a strong buy at $42. I mistyped on my notes, but it was a strong buy, and you can see the history. It moved to a strong buy on 226. Right there, 210, it was a strong buy, but it consistently moved to 226 at $42. Where is it trading today? $57. Okay, 4-hour algorithm. You go and look up SHLD. This is how you use the tools. And the 4-hour algorithm had you in January back here at $37. Okay, so the 4-hour algorithm got you in even earlier than the quant rating moved, but it was clearly in an upward trend. Now let's look at the second top ETF. We'll go to the top screener. Again, we'll look at the top screeners, all ETFs. And the third one, NUKZ. I think one popped in there that I wasn't in. NUKZ went to strong buy on 5/16. That's not that long ago. 5/16, it went to strong buy. And that was at $46. Where is it trading today? $56. So it's not just stocks. These are examples. And you can see NUKZ, we can go in here and say, okay, the 4-hour algorithm, $37 on April 10th. But even if you waited until May and you were in a buy and you had confirmation, boy, this is a great ETF. These are just examples of two of the tools that can work together to help you do trades. Okay, that's how you use these tools. They are fantastic. And when somebody asks me, which one do you like better? I use them both. And so am I in these ETFs? No. Am I in some of these stocks? Absolutely. And one stock that I've been bringing up, HIMS. Okay, HIMS is one I brought it up as a buy the dip. And it isn't an investment for me. Again, there's a difference between trades and investments. But this one, I haven't gotten back into. Now, I bought this one at around 30 before, and I sold it at 50. Got all the way up to 63. There are twice that it's gotten up to 63. Okay? But here's an analyst. Here's an analyst that's literally hand-holding you and giving you the math behind HIMS being a $100 stock. I think his price is $113. Read the article, see what you think. For me, it's a clear trade. Currently not an investment, it's a clear trade. But this article makes me feel very comfortable buying around 40. But remember, there is a difference between a trade and an investment, okay? And while I label something a trade, I have gotten Tesla wrong. But here's some things that got right 15 years ago. That's not that long ago. It's 2010. 15 years ago. Okay, NVIDIA, $10,000 15 years ago, you're at $5 million. Tesla, $2 million. Netflix, $760,000. So there are stocks that will greatly fluctuate because NVIDIA and Tesla, they weren't straight bottom left to upper right stocks, but they made you millions of dollars with just a $10,000 investment. That's it. Now you might say, well, Gary, what are these stocks today? I don't know. Nobody knows. But cybersecurity is probably a pretty good bet. And Stephanie Link is just a master investor. And I love her thesis, and she remembers numbers. Okay? I would say that these names have the ability to compound. Find names you like and hold them. I hold Palo Alto, PANW. I trade CrowdStrike, and I trade Fortinet. Crowd has been a better hold. So even though you can have 40 years of investing experience, you're still going to make mistakes. And CrowdStrike was the clear hold. Okay, CrowdStrike was a far better buy and hold. You can see in a weekly, this one's straight up. Okay, this goes back to January 2023. It was trading at 96. You're at $485 today. Now, PANW isn't far different, but we've seen the top here. And where was it in January 2023? It was at 72, and you're at $200 today. So CrowdStrike was the far better buy and hold. The Palo Alto would have been a far better trade on the dips because we've been capped and we haven't moved forward. So, but they are both buy and hold. Cybersecurity. Iran's going to fire back with stuff. One that I got that is a trade, and I got an alert from TrendSpider yesterday. You can see it right here. MSTR. Okay, and I want to take you through the screenshots, and then we'll go over to the live chart. But here's the performance of the 4-hour algorithm, and it's on there on your screen. It's back tested for up here in the upper right above my head, 24.7 months. Okay, your wins, you win 45% of the time. Okay, your positions, 21 positions over those 24 months. Okay, your loss, you lose 55% of the time. But look at the average win, 69%. Look at the average loss, 6%. And then go up here to the upper left, and you'll see the performance chart, that first number, 2,217%. That is the 21 positions that you took. The 1,253%, that is if you bought and held. And the chart's right there. This is literally, we will go over to a live chart. And I set the alert in TrendSpider, and I'm going to buy it. 376. It's a trade. Again, it's a trade. It's not a buy, and I don't feel comfortable at these prices. I feel much more comfortable buying at the 200 than I do at the 300. But this is just a leveraged Bitcoin bet. And I'll tell you, level it up with a double levered ETF like MSTX. And you go and look at this. This has only been out for 10 months. 10 months. The performance chart down here, bottom left, you can see it. 202%. So you make even more than buy and hold. Your average win, 89% on this one. Just got you in at 35. So you can use these tools to do this. Okay? I mentioned Micron as a play. They have earnings coming up. MU is the symbol. I like this stock, okay? Here's the thing. When you have Intel moving up 6% yesterday, Intel, a dead company in the semiconductor industry, it moved up 6%. You are still bullish in semiconductors. And Micron just so happens to be the number 9 stock year to date in the S&P. Has it moved up too much right before their earnings? Maybe. But maybe, just maybe, you get back to these all-time highs. Again, it has shown you stocks have memories and they can go back to all-time highs. Where's the high? 157. So maybe it gets back there. Might be a little bit extended, but again, I wouldn't put anything past a chip company because we've been super, super bullish. Now, do I own this? No. Do I own it in ETFs? Yes. But am I playing this one? No. I was much more confident in Carnival than I am in Micron. Okay, one other one. I got an alert. Let me see. I want to go over, before I go over that one, Broadcom. Broadcom is one that I sold at 170. Okay, it's trading at 267 right now. I want to go over this one because I've been waiting for a pullback. And I use the tools to find the pullback, okay? Not AGO, AVGO is the symbol. Let me type correctly. AVGO. And I've been waiting for a pullback, but I'm seeing this one level out since earnings, okay? It had a gap down, filled the gap back up. The 4-hour algorithm got you in at 178. I wound up selling when the 4-hour algorithm told me to sell here on April 21st. I got out just to protect profits. I never got back in. And I'm missing it. And so the strategy that I want is to wait for this 4-hour algorithm to give me a buy and after it has a sell. It hasn't gotten a sell. And then I read stuff like this, okay? I've been waiting for a pullback. This particular analyst, and I believe him, makes the argument that it goes to 330. So am I missing out? Probably, but risk reward, okay? I like the weekly chart, but it's a bit extended. The RSI is at 67. I bought here. I want to get back into this name. I do have exposure to it based in ETF, so I'm not going to rush. I'm going to be patient. But this will be an investment. It will not be a trade. It will be an investment. But even at $330, that investment top side isn't very high. And when you look at AVGO, the valuation's just stretched. Wall Street says it's a strong buy. It's a $285 price target that they have on it. That, to me, I'll just sit in an ETF and enjoy it. So I don't always have to go out there and buy stuff. And then you've got Robinhood at all-time highs, okay? Robinhood, I got an alert yesterday for Robinhood. Robinhood's not in my core portfolio. Did I buy here at 40? No. I didn't trust it, and I just haven't trusted myself with this one. And it's back to all-time highs. But this particular chart shows you the year-over-year revenue, and you can't see it. You can see it if I shrink it down a little. But the bottom half is the year-over-year revenue that you see climbing back to all-time highs. But again, when it IPO'd at this price, it didn't have the revenue that it has today. So is it a buy right now? For me, I'm waiting for the 4-hour algorithm to give me a better opportunity. And I do believe that a better opportunity is out there. The problem I have is that when they announce earnings in August, I think this one goes higher. But again, they're not even in the S&P. So I don't have exposure to this one in an ETF. Remember, they are not in the S&P 500. That was supposed to come, and it didn't. So I may be missing out on this one, but it's risk reward. It's risk reward. A stock that I own that just got a buy in the 4-hour algorithm and is at all-time highs is Uber. Okay, Uber Technologies rallies after Atlanta Waymo expansion. This is just outside of where I live. It was up 7% yesterday. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Uber is a $100 stock. So if you want to buy at 91, just understand when it gets to 100, that change in that handle of 90 to 100, it will change a lot of minds and it will start probably selling pressure. But the 4-hour algorithm just got to buy in here at $92. So it got to buy. Do you want to buy? I would argue you wait for it to pull back either to 82 or to 70 or to 60. I think it will. But it's clearly in that range. Now, is it going to use the 82 as support? I think you can find a better price. I sold a little at 80 because before we got to this support level, it was clearly resistance. So I sold. Did I sell out of it? No, I sold a little bit. But it's clearly, there is not one winner. Tesla is not the only winner in the autonomous race. And again, I gave you a trade idea around Tesla. But Uber is the number 8 year-to-date performer in the S&P. Number 1 is Palantir. It's the number 8 performer year-to-date. Micron, again, number 9. Just went over that. Now, a stock that I first got into through Alpha Picks is AppLovin. And AppLovin is a great stock. This one has been hit several times by short reports. Okay? I've been adding the dips. How do I do this? Well, I own it in my Alpha Picks portfolio, but I also like the 4-hour algorithm because the 4-hour algorithm makes you 1,619%. You win 63% of the time. It just got you out with a 61% gain. I can tell you, because I know the 4-hour algorithm formula, it's going to get you back in today or tomorrow. Okay? This one at 356, up 1.94%. I will be adding with the 4-hour algorithm. And I read this article, ushering in a new reign of advertising. I will go over advertising names tomorrow. Magnite is one of them. And one of the AI, when you go in and you look at AppLovin and you analyze with AI, I looked at, that's how I got Magnite and how I like the name now. But AppLovin, strong buy in the quant. When has it been a strong buy? It's been a strong buy since 363 and you're buying at 356. So again, the valuation's not stretched. It gets taken down by short reports. Now, is there resistance here? Clearly at about 490, maybe 450. Still a good move. Still a good move. Now, we're in an AI market, okay? Sam Altman, you can't buy OpenAI. It's a private company. Sam Altman is throwing daggers out there. He's doing his podcast rounds. He's making crazy provocative statements. Now, we know from reports that OpenAI and Microsoft, there's some tension there. Microsoft had put in an initial investment, and they're not happy with OpenAI going to a for-profit company. Now, Altman says, hey, I just had a call with Satya Nadella, who's the CEO of Microsoft, and everything went well. Obviously, in a deep partnership, there are points of tension. We certainly have those. But on the whole, it's been really wonderfully good for both companies. Microsoft, all-time highs. Again, $490. Do I buy into that? Well, go and look at the core portfolio. I give you where I would buy into Microsoft. But I thought the most provocative portion of this, Sam Altman went on the Hard Fork podcast, which is a New York Times podcast, which I listen to sometimes. When asked if he thought Mark Zuckerberg really believed Meta would build superintelligence or if it was just a recruiting tactic, he replied, I think he believes he's super intelligent. He's throwing daggers out there. Now, I don't put it past OpenAI. They have been fantastic and they are leading the way. But I trust Zuckerberg has the money to do what OpenAI doesn't. And that is probably build an open source platform of AI. and not charge for it. You will get advertising, you will get some things, but all Zuckerberg wants is to win. And when he sees and hears stuff like that, this is billionaire rage. And billionaire rage will take Zuckerberg. It took him, billionaire rage is what built Meta. Now, do I think Meta's a buy at this point? I think Meta's a little bit expensive. You know, I went over it last night as part of the core portfolio, but I give you guys this one since you've already listened to 35 minutes. Meta, for me, I like it under 700. I don't think you're going to be able to get it under 600 again. But I'll tell you, the 4-hour algorithm, it makes you 102% over the last 24 months. 25 positions, you win 52% of the time. So for me, I want to buy when it tells me to buy. And the last time you bought was here in April, and I loaded up on this. It's a cash printing machine. It's just a cash printing machine. Now, it's a hold in the quant, and it's based on valuation. But Wall Street says this is worth $723. Today, you're trading at $716. It's a bit stretched. It is a bit stretched. You're trading at 27 times forward earnings, where the average sector is at 13. And if you want to know what all that stuff means, again, analyze with AI in Seeking Alpha Premium. It gives you everything. But for me, I want to add on the 4-hour algorithm. But again, I've just given you a roadmap of how I use these tools to make money in the bull market. Now, what if we go into a bear market? How do these tools help? Well, the 4-hour algorithm will tell you, hey, I should get out of this. And then you use it like an analyst. I don't robot trade. You do have bot trading in TrendSpider. I don't do it. I use it like I would say a friend, hey, an expert friend, AI, in the 4-hour algorithm. Should I get out? Well, the 4-hour algorithm does beat buy and hold on a lot of stocks. Maybe I should think about trimming. So in the 4-hour algorithm, I just scanned for bullish stocks in the 4-hour algorithm that have entries. FBCG just got another one. This is the Fidelity Blue Chip Growth. That's it. MPLX, which is energy. This one just got another one at 51.88. Again, this one has a 7% dividend that I just compound. And I've held it for a long, long time. And it has outperformed the S&P. Go and look. Now, Pepsi. This is a broken stock. But at some point, it's too cheap. And when you take a look at the weekly chart, maybe it's just too cheap. I am not putting money into this. The only reason this is in the core portfolio is because I drink Pepsi. That's it. Palantir. It just got another one. Are we going for another run? Maybe. Valuation doesn't matter in this one. And we just got another bullish signal to buy QQQ at all-time highs. And VOO. You just got signals in the 4-hour algorithm. If you had alerts set up, you'd be having alerts on all of these. And you'd have an alert on XLK, which again is in an all-time high. New highs lead to new highs. So again, we are in a bull market. I've got a ton of stocks. I scanned the core portfolio. I scanned energy and I scanned leveraged ETFs. There's a shit ton of leveraged ETFs that came up with buys. One of them, YINN. This is yin and yang. This is the bull for China. This is the triple leveraged bull for China. Got you in here at 42.13. You're up almost 1% in the pre-market. It's triple leveraged. Don't buy and hold this one. But I will tell you, over the last 24 months, this makes you 72% in the 4-hour algorithm. Buying and holding makes you 4%. Your average win is 30%. Again, if the world is in a bull market and World War III isn't breaking out, maybe that's one you want to look at. So that's the show. Again, tomorrow I will have more on more stocks. But remember, you've got all of these tools available to you. TrendSpider is available on sale. When you sign up for an annual plan, you'll get the 4-hour algorithm. I just showed you MicroStrategy. I just sold you the triple leveraged ETF, MSTX and YINN, how the performance outperforms buy and hold. Go and trade it. Sign up for a two-week subscription and go and try it. If you use TrendSpider, I always suggest learning technicals on a free tool and then get TrendSpider, because TrendSpider saves you time. It is a platform that you need to take time to set up. It's not plug and play, but it is essential for me. The other essential one is Seeking Alpha. And again, the bundle. You get premium and alpha picks. That's the bundle. So that's the second link on Linktree. The third link is where, hey, if you don't want the portfolio of alpha picks that has outperformed the S&P and you just want to do the research yourself, at least get the free 7-day trial while it's going on. And the discount, again, you save 20% off your first year. So get the discount by using the link. But at least, again, I will go over here and I will show you the top 2025 stocks that were announced in January. They were up 3.32% yesterday. They are outpacing the market greatly. I think 3 of them are up by more than 50%. And then the second half 2025 stocks that were just announced last week, they were up 3.77% yesterday. Again, these are great portfolios, and you can get them by just signing up for the free 7-day trial. I am spoon feeding you, literally spoon feeding you. So if you have any questions, again, on Linktree, I'm there. I would also suggest, by the way, if you've got a large portfolio like me, I don't like trading in my portfolio. I really like trading in Webull. And Webull is very simple. And when you sign up with this link, you get free stocks. I also have Robinhood down there. If you want to try out Robinhood, try out an alternative broker and try and go YOLO. I put $1,000 into Webull, and this was just a few years ago. And I said yesterday, I was at like 12,300. Look, 12,700 today. And again, you don't have to be wealthy to do this. It is all iBit, Nvidia, Spotify, Tesla, Google, and Apple. That's all I have in that portfolio. And I've got literally $1,200 sitting on the sidelines, and I will triple leverage that probably into MSTX or a triple leverage ETF this week. So again, I've given the outline there. The risk is your own. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, I would say take a little bit of money, put it into Webull or Robinhood, and try trading. If you just want to do VOO and chill, again, listen to the podcast. It's probably pretty entertaining. But if you have any questions, again, on Linktree, my email address is right up there, but you can just reply to the email that gets sent out via the newsletter as well. Take care, have fun, enjoy your day. I hope you have a good one. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.